Did you know that top-level Harvard pilots can earn over $400,000 a year steering massive cargo ships into some of the busiest ports of the world? It may sound like a dream job, but here's the twist. The salaries in the merchant marine industry are far more lucrative than most people think. Websites like Glassdoor and other salary comparison tools rarely paint the full picture, with many numbers unreported or incomplete. So what's the real story behind how much these mariners make? How does their pay rates vary across the industry? And what does life at sea truly look like? Let's dive into the details of merchant marine pay and the hidden perks and the numbers you might not find on a quick search. Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is my second video of hopefully many. If you have any videos you'd like to see, please comment down below. Other than that, let's get in the video. Harvard pilots are among the highest paid mariners in the merchant marine industry, with salaries as high as $434,000 per year, according to Business Insider. But in some ports, Harvard pilots can make as much as $750,000 plus annually for experienced pilots. These professionals are highly skilled and specialize in guiding massive cargo ships and tankers safely into ports, navigating tight channels, ensuring smooth dockages in often challenging conditions. The high pay represents their expertise, responsibility, precision required to manage these complex operations. Fun fact is that pilots don't carry any liability with what they do. They only give suggestions to the ship's master. Therefore, it is the ship's master's ultimate responsibility to get into port safely, despite these mariners making absurd amounts of money. For almost every other position, Military Sealift Command, one of the largest employers of civilian mariners in the United States government, they provide the average annual salary for almost every position. And to figure out what the average annual salary is, if you want to figure out what the monthly salary is, you divide it by 10, because these salaries are based off a 10 months working, 2 months vacation. And from what I found is if you take the divided number, you multiply by 1.2, that's about the monthly rate you will make in any union contracts. That's just a rule I've found to work pretty well with the numbers I've been seeing, especially for my position. I'm a third engineer. I made a whole lot more than the average annual salary this year. But so to figure out what the union salary is, so we'll do third engineer, for example. It says 190,000. So divide that by 10, comes out to about 19,000, and then multiply by 1.2, which is about 22.5 thousand. A lot of union contracts I've been seeing, they're about 65,000 for 3 months. So that adds up. Something I will mention that Sealift Command, it's typically 10 months working out of the year. Unions is more typical to see 6 months to 8 months working out of the year. For entry level, you can expect to make about 65,000 to 70,000 working for Sealift Command. For the rest of the video, we're just going to use the Sealift Command numbers unless I otherwise mention, just due to keep from causing any confusion. So Sealift Command, 65,000, 70,000 entry level. Any department, that would be OS, Wiper, or SU, or Supply Utilityman. Most commercial ships, they don't really have that many SUs. They more call them stewards. But that's besides the point. The next level up, which deck and engine department would be AB or QMed, is what the commercial equivalent to EU is for Sealift Command. You'll probably make about 90,000 a year. Level up above that, for deck department, that'd be a bosun, or engine department, it could be refrigeration engineer, junior engineer, DMAC, etc. You're making about 110 a year. After that, you get into the officer position. So a third officer, MSc, makes about 150,000 a year, whereas third engineer makes about 190 a year. That's the average annual salary. And the reason the engine department gets more is there's a whole lot more overtime opportunities for engine officers, and all third officers are watch officers, which is why the number is so small. But for second officer, you can make about 184,000, and second engineer, you make about the same as third engineer. Both positions, they make about the same. So really, once you get to second mate, second engineer, you're making the same amount of money. When you get the chief mate probably makes just as much as the first engineer. Those two are the main workhorse positions on the ship. They do the most. They're technically considered department heads, even though the chief engineer / master is really in charge, but they're kind of above the department head status, so to speak. So first engineer, first officer, you can expect to make about $220,000 a year. It's working 10 months of the year, doing average overtime, average penalty. So that's not too bad. And then for chief engineer / master, these positions, they're not listed, but the base pay is about $200,000 a year. Probably total take home can be $250,000 a year. But in some cases, chief engineers, masters, they can make over $400,000 a year. Granted, there will be some scrutiny there, because if you're making all that money, you better justify it and better have the numbers to back you up and not lie about it, because eventually you will get caught and you will get, at the very least, fired, if not sent to jail. I want to wrap this video up with just touching on the Gulf of Mexico numbers. In the Gulf of Mexico, you can probably make more on a daily basis, but the benefits aren't great, and layoffs are very common there. If you're in the union, the demand goes up and down. If you work with Sea Lift Command, the demand's pretty steady throughout the year. I hope this video serves as a good reference for how much compensation is in the merchant marine industry. I hope you learned something from this video. Please subscribe, please like, and please comment the videos you want to see. That's all for this video. As again, please like, comment, subscribe. I hope you learned something from it.